Right, tucks it back in here for the moment. Just obviously looks a bit more like Robocop now, doesn't it? I mean, really, this stuff here, it's irrelevant. I'm guessing these are the original stickers. But look at that. I mean, it's just incredible. I don't know what they made these things of in 19, whatever it was, 78, something like that. Let's have some light, shall we? No, I'm not sure if that helps much. But anyway, that's amazing metal. That's really, really cool. Oh yeah, maybe I'm just not used to having anything with this much body to it. There we go, a little bit of a tickle on this side, it's quite nice. Obviously I need to get on the inside. I did sit in it a minute ago. Lifted up the, is this called a boom or an arm? What is this thing? Lifty bit. Lifted this up here and then turned the machine off. And then kind of thought, I don't want to get out of this. You know, that, if that came down on top of me as I was getting out of the machine, I don't think I could possibly stop it if it just suddenly went to free fall. So it was quite intimidating to sit in there with this thing up in the air thinking I've got to get out of this guillotine. Yeah, no thanks. So just push the foot pedal and just let it come down slowly, thinking that's probably a sensible thing. In order to get this thing up in the air, I have got this big beam coming in across here, this lovely 9x3. I could actually, once it's there, I could actually tie this up, or I just put some decent props underneath it, but I need a second person to do that. It's just not worth the risk, it really isn't. So it's back in here, predominantly just because in case it rains and gets a bit wet, it'll be easier to paint, of course. Though I do think I've got a problem brewing, apart from I need to do all the electrics because they're all crap. You know, these things are on order. No surprise, I'll just put in some LED things here, rip out the wiring, redo everything, the voltmeter, the on-off switch thing, what's over here, a fuel tank level thing. I don't even know how that works. I don't even know how it works, if I'm honest. I want to understand what this does. On the key, I was trying to describe this earlier on. There's the key. There's the key. Right, if I turn it one way, let me think which way it is. Is this is to start it, I think. Yeah, okay. If I turn it the other way, nothing. And keep going. Click. What is that? What is that? It's really frustrating me. Why is there a big filter in there? See that? I need to get this off. This is going to be the next thing, is going to be take this off. I don't think I can take the whole cab off, but I can certainly obviously disassemble all the wires for the electrics. But what is that clicking? Because you put the key in and turn it to the left, start, and it starts. Now come back to the middle again, just start from there. If I went click, nothing happened. Click again, and it went clunk. What is doing clunk? Now, is it because clunk is the preheater? Is that engaging that? Because the preheater says running off the same solenoid as the starter. So that's what I was saying. If you turn it to the left, it does the starter and the preheater on that air intake. So when I turn it to the right, which you don't need to do to start it, what is going clunk? I don't get it. It's like, what electrics are needed here? I wonder if that's still enabled. That wire there. Is that what it was? I wonder if it's that clunking. I wonder if that is like preheater. You turn it onto preheat and then go back, start engine. Is that it? Is that how it works? Maybe it's that clunking. And maybe this is earth through the chassis and that's just like a live. Because look. How do I know if that's clunking? There's nothing else here. There's an earth strap, which is actually a red wire, of course. What is it? Someone tell me. It's driving me mad. Because there's only me. I can't be round here to do the clunky thing. Is it that? Can I disconnect that? Shall I just pull it off? Because it's not doing anything, is it? Shall I just break it? Is that a mistake? It's a brown wire coming from down there. Is there a brown wire going into the back of that switch? Where's the switch? Here. No. But the brown wire's coming up to there, I guess. And then this way. Oh, so annoying. Clunk. Clunk. How do I find out what it is? It's so heavy. I think it's actually properly weighted, look. It's got... Yeah, these are weights. It's heavy for a reason, I guess. God. Right, I wonder if it's you. Answers on the postcard, please. So, next time I come out here, I'm going to take this tray off, have a good look inside here, find out what that filter is, because I'm surprised to see that's a big filter in there. I can't quite see what it is. Oh, I can watch the video back. That's the fuel tank there. Hey, is that a wire on top of the fuel tank? Some sort of sender wire there, isn't there? Well, I can't see, but the phone can see. Does that make any sense? I'm a little bit confused, because as soon as I run the diesel that minute ago, it's a pain in the arse to start it. But as soon as I got it to start it, I'm feeling a little bit indestructible. Where was I? What's all that? Oh, that's some sort of return pipe for the fuel. Yeah. So what's that? That must be my sender thing. The thing for the gauge which is hanging off up there, the fuel gauge. Okay, right, well look, I clearly don't know what I'm doing, so hopefully next time I'll have taken these covers off. I was looking at taking that seat off, taking that plate off underneath the seat. That will let me get down there for the adjusters for these, because I want to, it's creeping forwards a little bit, and of course I believe there's an adjustment here. So I want to adjust that if I can, get the seat out, have a good look underneath. I want to grease that accelerator. I want to grease that throttle thing there. And perhaps if I can, I don't know if I need to grease these foot pedal things, maybe, might not. But just have a good look at everything that's underneath there. I was sniffing around that white thing at the back there, because if I could get that out, and there's a couple of bolts right at the bottom down there. Somewhere. There's a bolt there somewhere, I know there is. I can't see it, but it is there. Oh, it's just the left of that white. Oh, there it is. Down there. So there's a bolt there, there's a bolt there. If this plate is out and this chair's out, I'm wondering if that will come out. If that white thing will come out. I don't know. Oh. Oh, that white thing goes up over the top. Oh. Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Oh. No. Okay, well, that's the answer to that. What's this? What do they do? Is that my fuel tank? Is that the fuel tank? Ah, okay. I thought it was smaller than that. If you look around this side, look. How did you get in there? No, I think the fuel tank is a thing that sits inside there. So that's why I was looking at taking off that white plate. If I take off the white plate, then I can get in there. Because I can't take that. Why can't I take that white plate off? Am I getting confused here? It goes up. It goes up. There's another bolt down there. It goes up. It goes over. And then underneath that black thing, it's coming up and over. Aha! I see ya, you little monkey. Okay, if we get that white plate off, I can get to the fuel tank, which is there. And, oh right, okay, so that is the hydraulic fluid. So that's why is this some sort of like level thing? I don't know, do you undo this, fill it up, and then it comes out the hole once it's up to level? Is that what it is? Is it a minimum, maximum or something? Could be, couldn't it? You fill it up, comes out of there, dip, 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 do that back up, and then you fill it up to there, do that one up. And then how do you know? So you open that and go, oh, well, it's there's nothing coming out, but it's not yet a minimum. You undo that one, and if nothing comes out, you're in trouble. What do you reckon? I just made that up. That's how I would do it. That's complete balls, isn't it? But there we go. Oh, come on. Someone tell me how these things work. I want to know. There's just so little information. I've got a manual for it, a service manual. Do you know what? I am going to take it in because I did run it out of diesel a minute ago. And I remember looking through this thinking there was a bit of a faff trying to... There's a warning that basically says, whatever you do, don't run it out of fuel. And of course, I ran it out of fuel a minute ago. So I got these electrical wiring diagrams from that manual. I just found the pictures on the interweb net, printed them off, put them in here, because these actually quite like, they're going to get filthy, absolutely filthy. Filter, hydrostatic pump. So this says about like the flow of everything. So I thought that's worth printing them out. This I bought for about, I think it was a tenner from one of those horrible, crappy eBay sites, you know. Look at this. I don't know, they should be sued, these people. And anyway, and then send it off to get it printed, which cost about £18. The total was about £26 to get this. I think from Bobcat it was like $150 or something. So I might take this in and just have a look at it. These are the pages that I printed off from another place on the internet. Basically, there's a place that had sample images, and the sample images is exactly what I wanted anyway. So I just printed them off and then laminated them. Right, I think I'm headed in. So, I mean, I'm just quite impressed at how. I will show you one last thing, but quite impressed at just how well this came up. All this superficial stuff here. I've just ordered a set of these stickers. They're like remanufactured type ones. They're ones that someone's just designed, I think, because, well, why not, right? And we just rip them off and do it again. If nothing else, it's going to look reasonably good, and if I can sort out the electrics and just tidy that up. Spent a bit of time on this side. So when I say this side, this surface, okay, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I really do not like this. It just looks naff. Do not like that at all. So I tried to spend a little bit of time and actually tidying it up. So at least now, I shouldn't want to touch it. I've got dirty hands really, but I'll have to clean it off. So a lot of this is a lot smoother now. With a coat of paint, it won't look quite so like it's got whatever this is, scabies or something. It's ugly as hell. So even just smoothing out these inner bits, I won't mind too much now if that gets a bit of bed liner, some matte black bed liner. That's the plan, just to cover it. Why does it do that? It's like weld spatter. It's horrible. Even when it was painted with a bit of bed liner, so made an effort to try and sort that out. Still lots to do. I really do need to get this arm up in the air. I'm not going to go mad, I don't think, painting it. I just want to get really just a sort of reasonable even coat on it. Anyway, one thing I noticed is it smokes a lot just to get it started. So when you start turning it over, of course, this is just like vaporized diesel just coming out. It's just smoke, 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 bump, bump, bump. Until it gets started, then you get lots of plume of white smoke and everything. And I guess it's the age of the machine, because after about 2 minutes, it settles down. And actually, it's blowing clear, which is incredible. I guess that's just the pistons expanding, I suppose, into their socket. That's the technical word for it. I just made that up. And it just clops along. Right, last thing then, this is going to be an issue. So, looking down here, quite good profile, as in we're just focusing on this dimension across here, which is pretty much the same as that one. Looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, nice and linear. What's that all about? Something going on. So I don't know, is it the wheel? The tyre sizes are the same. It's not the wheel size, is it? It is, that's got like a hoopy thing, and that's got, is it a hoopy thing protecting that? Is it a, maybe it's just a different wheel. What have you got? You got a hoopy thing? No hoopy thing. Oh. Okay. Well, so how do I describe this? I don't know how to describe the wheel. But they're all the same tyres. I think. Okay. 10, 16 and a half. 10, 16 and a half. It says 305 in big numbers there, and it says D stone. 10, 16 and a half, 305 D stone. I'm looking at the tyres. 10, 16 and a half, 305 D stone. It's got 4 new tyres on it, you know. 305, 10, 16 and a half D stone. This has got a big gap. Big gap, narrow gap. Narrow gap. Is it the wheel? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. This is sticking out. This middle bit's sticking out. This is an innie. That's an outie. That's an innie. That's an innie. Okay. I was starting to think axles, bearings, I've got to explore what's going on. Has it all shifted across? I think it's a wheel issue. I think I need a wheel just to match it. I mean, this is going to work. Right, one last, so that I'll go and investigate how to get a wheel that looks like an innie, not an outie. It's not on back to front, is it? No, can't be. No. Right, I'm going to see if I can find a wheel. Maybe. Last thing. There's no weight on the front at the moment because the bucket and all that is out there. So what I was going to say is this. Oh, weight's on the back of here, and I've brought the weight even further back now. And the reason being is if I actually just put a bit of my body weight on here, it feels like I can get this thing to almost do a wheelie. If I stand on it, I can get it to... It feels like the front wheels aren't on the ground. Look at this, it's so... Look at that. See what I mean? Oh, watch. Look. Wow. Right. Seat with a seat belt is on order. It wasn't £40, it was £100. It's on order for very good reason. This is very, very heavy on the back. Very, obviously to compensate for that weight on the front. So, yeah, I do think I should treat this machine with, I think I should be very sensible with this and be cautious with it. Because I can't afford tracked skid steer. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Right, just talking nonsense, so that's where we are. Look. Not looking like that, looking a little bit more like that. Fun and games, isn't it? I'm learning. I just wish I could have someone that just goes, right, this is how it does it. Right, this is that. That's not being used anymore. They've put it through there. It's gone to there, etc. Where are you? Come on. There must be 8 billion people out there. Somebody must know these machines that can just go, this is everything you need to know. And I can try and read that, but I'm not very clever, but I'll give it a go. Right, my usual thing. I'm going to lock up now. Later, takers. Right, here we are in the back of the machine. I took that top panel off there this thing, which covers the exhaust. I guess that makes sense. It can naturally kind of emit hot stuff out of there. So I can see that filter, which I've only just obviously recently spotted. It's connected by a substantial pipe, which goes this way, and then down into a cooler matrix thing down there. So my guess is, and there's another pipe, which is this one, that one there is going that way. Now I think what's happening is that one is going into the tank. It's the hydraulic tank there. So that is hydraulic cooler and a filter, which does look like it's been replaced. What else can I see? I can see this this wire right in the middle. This is a reasonable size wire coming in from the bottom. I'm just going to call that a relay. The bottom of that relay. So what's happening is when you turn the key over there, it's basically sticking 12 volts on that, and that is allowing these two here are coming from over here. They're coming from, ideally they want to come straight off of there, look, off the 12 volts. Well, they're actually coming off of there, which is in turn connected by the big substantial cable down to there. So there is some logic to it. So that's a 12 volt supply coming in, a permanent one there. So when you engage this 12 volts by turning the key, it's sending 12 volts down here. If we go down to that red wire, the red wire is going through this, and it's going to the starter. So it's simple as that. When you turn the key, I was going on about a weird clunking thing when you turn the key the other way, and I suspected this top old relay, it was connected into here, I think, and what I've just done is just disconnected it. I've just wrapped it up here, look, around that wire. Gone back to my key, turn my key. I just realised a bit of my nail has just splintered off. Damn. So that was in use at some point, and they just left it. So when I was turning the key to the right, which is not the way you turn it to start it, this was clunking. That's all it was, is that was engaging. So arguably that works. Now I've actually got a new relay that's turned up, so I don't know. I'm kind of considering whether or not I just replace these relays. What might be nice is to actually use the key or a separate switch to flick and then send power down this cable that I was talking about here, that comes down to a preheater in here. This is the air inlet. So air's coming in. This is some sort of filter thing. It's going, I think, yeah, through the side panel there. It's looping around down there somewhere. You can probably see it better than me. It's coming along. This is air coming in. There's a preheater. So at the moment, that wire, which is this horrible thing, is also coming off of, let me just double check this before I say it out loud. Yeah, it's also coming off the bottom of this relay. So as well as the starter being engaged off at the bottom of here, also that preheater is at the same time. So what I might do is separate that preheater on a separate switch, so you can flick it and it engages the preheater, which I do need to test to see if that's actually working. It's just there, look. It earths through, so it's essentially bringing like 12 volts onto the end of this wire, and all it's doing is go down, I think you imagine it a bit like a spark plug, and it goes down to the core, and the end of it gets hot, and it's of course earthing to the exhaust itself. So I might try and take that out. I don't know if it's going to want to come off. I mean, it is on the inlet side rather than the exhaust side, so it might, this here might come off. So let me take this out, then I can earth the side of this and actually turn it on and see whether or not it's basically put 12 volts on it, just to see if it's working. If not, I might need to replace that, because this machine, as it doesn't have glow plugs in it, it does need some sort of preheating. I think it's a bit slow to start. Well, I mean, it gets there, but it's very, very simple. So I'm kind of quite happy with all the electrics I can see here. I think I know what every wire does there. So what else? There was recommendations to keep the, and it actually says in the manual as well, to keep these fins. So the fins are there, that's what we're talking about. There's some residue down the bottom. I might try and tidy that out. Ideally, I'll probably want to soak that in some sort of degreasant and then blast it out. I would have thought some sort of steam cleaner, or I'm not sure yet. I mean, it's quite solid on that base, but it is encroaching up the bottom there. So I might want to try and make a little bit of, and if I dig it out to start with a screwdriver, just to see how much matter is in there. But on the whole, I don't think they're that bad. this is the advice. So actually, of course, there's shields on here. There was a shield on here that goes down to here. Yeah, a little bit fiddly, but not too bad. And this top one as well. This one had like 4 little bolts, you know, right, pain in the bum to get to, but you know, it's not insurmountable. So we just pushed ahead and got it done. I just want to see what that is. Is it like a return line or something going back in here? Yeah, it is. Okay, it's that one we spotted yesterday. Torch, please. It's there. There we go. Very bottom corner of the screen. So yeah, that's the metal pipe coming in. That's that. That's that. That's that. All makes sense, right? Looks pretty good on the face of it. Is that a fuel line? That looks like a fuel line. Yeah, it is. It's another fuel line. I'm just checking to see. I was in kind of slightly hopeful for some reason I might suddenly go, oh, it's got glow plugs, but there's nothing here. There's no wiring. There is no glow plugs. It's just that preheater. So that's my only focus. The exhaust doesn't look bad. I might bother getting some spray and putting it in here and just tarting it up, but I don't really see what the point is. Now I've got these panels off. So I've got this one off where I'm holding the torch. This one's off. This one's loose. There's also one that drops in down here and covers this whole area. It comes across and up. That's this one. It wasn't too bad. Someone's replaced the door at some point, so it's got these kind of, you know, aftermarket hinges on here, and they made getting that metal plate a little bit tricky, but it was all right. Just a bit of jiggery about, and out it's come. So I think, on the whole, I think we're okay. I think we'll push ahead, and of course I did obviously manage to work out what was wrong with my wheels. And I have started looking for another wheel, just so it's not inbound quite as much as it is. I want to pull it back out again. I could put a spacer on it. It's just aesthetic. I don't know. Maybe it's not relevant. So I think that is it for the moment. The next thing that I'm going to do is, I think I want to sort of disassemble before I reassemble. I do want to get in there. So that seat, the seat is on order, so that seat's got to come out. So therefore that tray's got to come out. That will let me sniff around at the adjuster. I'm also intrigued to know how you find out. So in this, well, I'm going to call this like a chain case because I don't know what to call it. Oh, it's filthy in there. Look at that. Oh. Where are we? In there. I mean, you know, it's not, I mean, it is out of the way, but I'll see. If I can get all this off, then I can have a much better look at everything. See if we've got any like burdening issues imminent. And I'm quite happy with all these electrics. I think there's nothing there that I can't completely redo. So, seat imminent. Yeah, I'm going to take some of this out. Hey? Yes, please. Thank you. That might actually be the paint for this. Or the seat, who knows? Anyway, I'm not going to do it right now, so I'm going to go inspect it in a minute. So, yeah, I'm going to disassemble this, and my goal is really take these off, hit those 2 bolts at the bottom there, the 2 at the top over there, and take that white panel out, repaint that, maybe a bit of soundproofing. I've got like a box of soundproofing. I don't know why I bought it up there somewhere. So I might as well, they're like big, like rubbery pad things, so I might as well stick it on there and obviously just tickle that up a little bit so it's a bit prettier. Once it's all out, I can probably get in here and clean up some of this, mask it off. I mean, crudely, I'm not going to spend an awful lot of time with it. Mask it off and just stick a bit of paint on this. Same on the other side. But I'm going to empty it, and then I can get in it with as much space as possible. Let me wave to you. Thank you. Then I can just move around a bit better in there and say paint it up, stuff like this. Look. Oh, it's just worn off the inside. Yeah, none of that's obviously a functional issue, but yeah, okay. Keep pushing ahead here. I think no big showstoppers just yet. That one scary one was obviously about the axles, but I don't think that's the thing. So keep moving ahead. All right. Let's go.